What do charity fundraisers, marathon training plans, and coffee shop sales have in common? Goal setting drives their success. This is Behavioral Science Toolkit, a series on behavioral science and its applications. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons below. In the 1930s, a researcher named Clark Hull observed that a rat placed into a straight corridor would run faster and faster as it approached food placed at the other end. He called this phenomenon, where animals would increase their motivation the closer and closer they came to a reward, the goal gradient hypothesis. Humans are just like rats, both in the fact that we are strongly motivated by cheese, and that when we smell a reward or accomplishment on the horizon, we expend more energy and effort to achieve it. In a much more recent experiment, researchers tested whether customer loyalty reward programs increased the amount of coffee people buy. A coffee shop handed out buy 10, get 1 free loyalty reward cards to some of their customers, and to others they gave a similar card tracking coffee purchases without a reward at the end. As the loyalty card holders approached their 10-cup goal, the time between their coffee purchases decreased, such that the time between purchasing their 9th and 10th cups was 20% faster than between their first and second. The same effect appeared in a study evaluating charity fundraisers, where donations came in almost twice as quickly at the end of fundraisers compared to the beginning. In these studies, however, as soon as participants reached the goal they aimed for, their motivation again decreased when starting their next loyalty card or fundraiser from scratch. So goals, and rewards for achieving them, are effective motivators, but can we structure them to maintain consistent motivation over time, rather than having this constant cycle of increased and decreased motivation? Let's take a look at the field of game design, where designers have been perfecting engagement techniques for decades. Specifically, let's examine the game Civilization, which expertly utilizes goal gradients to keep players engaged. Throughout the game, you're tasked with researching new technologies, building new buildings, training new soldiers, and spreading your religion, among many others. Each of these undertakings manifests as an independent goal to achieve. While simply having many goals to achieve can increase motivation, because one will always be within reach, the true power of Civilization comes from the interconnectedness of these tasks. Researching a new technology can make constructing buildings quicker or make your soldiers stronger. Constructing a new building can make spreading your religion easier, training your soldiers faster, or researching new technologies more efficient. And training soldiers can help capture territory that improves every aspect of your civilization. Each individual goal feeds into each of the others, meaning that while you focus on one, you make progress on them all. This leads to what has been popularly termed the just one more turn effect, where players tell themselves over and over again that they need to stay engaged for just one more turn to complete the next goal. The concept of a variety of interlocking goals could be adapted to other realms, such as health and fitness. For instance, a marathon training app could track distance, time, and frequency of your runs and provide goals for each of them. When you accomplish your first distance-based goal of 5 miles, the program, having tracked your time, alerts you that you only need to run for 20 more minutes to reach your next time-based goal. And when you reach that time goal, it alerts you that you only need to complete 2 more workouts to reach your next frequency-based goal, and so on. This ensures the runner is always within reach of their next accomplishment and doesn't lose motivation by having to start their next goal from scratch. Sometimes, however, it's difficult to establish several goals at once. Compared to a fitness goal that can be accomplished by an individual, something like a charity fundraiser has a single clear goal that must be accomplished by a large group or organization. As we've seen, research has shown that the goal gradient hypothesis applies here as well. People donate more and more often as a charity fundraising goal approaches completion. But is there a way to jumpstart motivation at the beginning of a fundraising campaign, or any goal for that matter? For an answer, let's take a quick look back at the coffee rewards program from earlier. In addition to comparing a buy 10 get 1 free loyalty program against no such program, the researchers also compared it with a buy 12 get 1 free loyalty program. The 12 coffee card came with 2 spots pre-stamped, meaning that it also required 10 coffee purchases to complete. Even though both programs required the same number of coffee purchases, people who had the buy 12 get 1 free card purchased coffee an additional 20% faster compared to the original loyalty program. This demonstrates what's called illusionary goal progress, where motivation to complete a goal increases based on the perceived distance to the goal rather than the actual distance. Here, even though both cards require 10 coffee purchases, the pre-stamped card is proportionally closer to the goal, and so the reward feels closer. And charity fundraisers could utilize illusionary goal progress in how they structure their donation goals. If the goal is to raise $10,000, but they recently received $2,000 in donations, charities could reframe the goal as a $12,000 fundraising target with $2,000 already contributed. Or they could encourage large donors to donate at the beginning of a campaign so that smaller donors feel as though the overall goal is closer and therefore more attainable. Illusionary goal progress applies to everyday pursuits as well, like putting easy tasks that you'd do anyway at the beginning of a daily to-do list to get an early sense of accomplishment, or telling yourself that the walk to the gym is part of your workout. But regardless of the pursuit, to keep your customers, your donors, or yourself engaged and motivated, set a meaningful goal to attain, provide several interlocking goals to maintain effort and energy, and reduce the perceived distance to achieve those goals with illusionary goal progress.